What's up, YouTube? It's your boy God Body B. I don't know what's going on. I just started getting sleepy as soon as I hit the button. But anyway, name of this video is gonna be called "Becoming Divine Feminine." All right. First, I want to begin this video with defining what God is. God is the creator and ruler of the universe and the source of all moral authority. Going back to the universe video, a universe was defined as all of space and time and their contents, including all other forms of matter and energy. We stated that divine masculine and feminine recreate this on the 3D while learning to come back together. So when we went through separation to have an experience, divinity was stripped away due to memory loss, and the objective became gaining this memory back through a new experience. So with this objective, we must keep in mind that to be divine means to be of, from, or like God, or a God. Going back to the origins video, we contemplated about 3 waves that were feminine. That was the radio wave, the microwave, and the infrared waves. The following waves produce many different aspects of the female energy. Touching on a surface level, radio waves deal with communication, impressions, and networks. Microwaves travel in a straight line, which this is the first indication of masculine energy. But what's it? Microwaves travel in a straight line, meaning they are not easily influenced in terms of characteristics similar to fixed signs. The only one I can think of right now is Leo, and I think Taurus, but y'all get it. But they are reflected by conducting surfaces. This means they are easily influenced by their environment in terms of taking action or movement. Infrared waves' main characteristic is the production of heat because they are more active or have a higher frequency than micro and radio waves. They can also pass through dense regions of gas and dust in space with less scattering and absorption, which means their susceptibility of being influenced has decreased even more with higher frequency. So as these waves become more frequent, as we stated in the EMF video, they begin to produce a field of ions and electrons. This is the first appearance of magnetism, which is produced by the motion of electric charge, resulting in attractive and repulsive forces between objects. According to this channel stance in the understanding of science, the electrons represent women and the ions represent a mixture of masculine and feminine men. Remember, ions lose or gain electrons to achieve a full octet, like an octagon, that deals with the number 8. Which deals with the number 8. This number resonates with authority, self-confidence, inner strength, inner wisdom, social status, ego, and has love for humanity and a desire for peace. These are the same energetic characteristics of the proton and the neutron. Remember, the waves represent the periods on the table that we discussed in the personification video. So like radio waves, that's the first one. So the abundance, frequency, and radiation of radio waves is what produces the elements in period 1 of the element chart, and so on. Because gamma waves, which is the strongest or the most frequent, has the highest frequency. That's period 7, and period 7 is where all the strongest elements exist. We've been talking about and called the actinides. But let's go back. Remember, the waves represent the periods on the table that we discussed in the personification video. And within the periods is where valence electrons and ions begin to produce electric currents. Electric currents operate magnetic fields due to atoms and ions having permanent magnetic moments, produced in the scenario we gave earlier about magnetism. What was that? When we were talking about the ions and the electrons, and how the electrons represent women and the ions is a mix of feminine and masculine men. But really, ions can be a mixture of masculine and feminine women as well. But I was just trying to keep them separate to, keep the confusion less, because once we've digested everything, then we can go back and be like, well, yeah, that can be men and women because we're one. But anyway, where was we at? I'm just starting here. Remember, the waves represent the periods on the table that we discussed in the personification video. And within the periods is where valence electrons and ions begin to produce electric currents. Electric currents create magnetic fields due to atoms and ions having permanent magnetic moments, produced in the scenario we gave earlier about magnetism. Once these atoms fall into a parallel magnetic alignment with its neighboring atoms, which this ain't nothing but the polarization of a magnet, they have a high susceptibility to magnetization. These are called ferromagnets. Ferro is the Latin name for iron, which is where the abbreviation of iron comes from, which is the Fe. So we talked about spirit or God's favorite number being 3, which led me to the prefix Ma, or Ma. We call Mama Ma. For short. But this prefix is added to verbs and adjectives to form. This prefix is added to verbs and adjectives to form adjectives meaning able to be done or fit to be done. To reach that number 3 leads us to the suffix li, or le. This suffix forms verbs denoting repeated or continuous action, often of a nature that diminishes, deteriorates, or disintegrates over time. We talked about the number 3 in the personification video and how it produces the energetic sequence of creativity, communication, optimism, and curiosity. If we add the 3, we get Fi, Ma, Li, or female. Or I could have said la, Li or la, whatever. But all 3 together creates or produces the female. And that's pretty much it for this video, and I'm going to see y'all in the next one.